Hey, 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 it's Uncle Mark on the porch of the new mothership. Right here, right here, right here. Drinking a cup of Death Wish coffee. Got my little cube out here and playing some Elmore James. And it's an Elmore James Robert Johnson tune called Dust My Broom. And I'm going to play a little bit of it. And then we'll break down kind of what I'm doing and how I do this. I've got my fretless, no frets. So, and then I'll break down what I'm doing. So, here we go. Gonna get up soon in the morning. I believe I'll dust my broom. I'm gonna get up soon in the morning. I do believe I'll dust my broom. I quit the best guy I'm loving. Now my friends can get my room. Okay, it's kind of how I do it. It's a little bit interesting to do this on a 3-string. I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer so you can see the fretless and how this works. I do have frets on this. So the remastered Robert Johnson version, 1936. It's in D sharp. What I think occurred is that in the remastering process or in the original recording, they kind of sped it up a little bit. And what that does is it creates D, comes up a tiny bit. I don't think the piano is tuned wrong, and I don't think the guitar is tuned wrong. But it's in D, and I'm sure it's in open D. That would make a lot of sense. The Elmore James version is also in D. The ZZ Top version is in D. I'm going to play it in G on the fretless, and I'm going to teach it in G. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it in D on your fretless tuned G, D, G. So I've got a fretless Uncle Mark guitar, 3-string, G, D, G. These are 3 wound strings. They're electric strings. It's a 42, 34, 24. That's my standard tuning standard string gauge. Something about this fretless, you don't see any frets on it, but there are over here. Okay? So if you notice, on the fret, on a fretless, you have to actually be on the fret. So G is open, G sharp. There we go, is A. B flat is above that dot. Okay? B, C, D, E, F, what I messed up. G, G sharp A, B flat B, C, C sharp D, D sharp E, F, F sharp, and G. Okay, at the double dots right there above that double dot is the G. Then it starts over again. G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D. This is going to come important. This little D up here is going to be very important when we transpose this song. Transpose is a $5 word that means change the key. Okay, so near the end of this lesson, I'll show you how to do this in D, and then you can play along with the Elmore James version. But it's really nice to be up here on this D. Also, the ZZ Top version's in D. So, all right, so we've got what we've got going on. So there's a traditional thing that is a very Elmore James-ish, Chicago blues-ish thing, where you hear this or a something like that. That's a traditional Chicago blues thing. Okay, and you're going to hear it a lot. Flooding Blues uses that same thing. You're going to hear this type of thing a lot, so I just want you to know you're going to hear it. But I kind of cheat a little bit on it. Instead of trying to bang through like so, I take my D string and my G string, my D and G, and I go. So I kind of pinch them together. So I'm going down on the D, up on the G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I do it again on the C, which we know is here because we just went through that, right? Song is in 1, 4, 5. So G, C, and D. Okay? So I cheat. I come up, I've got my glass slide here, and I come up right to that point, right to this point here, and I go back and forth with the D and the G note. Okay? That's how I play that. I do it also on the C. Now, if you get excited and play all 3 strings, it doesn't matter. It's all good, okay? It's all good, you know? It doesn't matter. You can get excited with this tune, and it's totally cool. So, like I said, I go through and I come up here to 12. And if you do that quick enough, you don't really notice that you're only playing those 2 strings. It kind of merges together and it's really fun. Something else I do to create this rock and roll rhythm, I will press down on the fretless right at that fret and get that rhythm. You can fret the fretless, okay? You can also get that little turnaround. That's a really, really slick little turnaround right there. So all I'm doing is pressing here, 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 and here on the D string. So you can almost hear it. So I'm going back and forth again between the D string and the G. So the way the song operates. C. D, C, turn around. Gonna write a letter, gonna call every town I know. And that's kind of how this thing works. It's a, it can be a difficult song to wrap your head around at first. But just remember, you can go down, up, So practice down, up, until you get faster with that. And all of a sudden, you're just jamming on all the strings, and that's cool too. It's totally what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay, so I promised you how to do this to play along with the album. So we know that D is here. And you know, I just say that, oh, we know D is here. Well, we went through that in the beginning of the video, but the way I do it is I go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I don't count up, I count down. At some point at D, I just know that it's below the 2 dots and 1, or above the 2 dots and 1. So that's how I think of it, you know? That's where I find it. And that's where this song gets really fun. And this is the way that the ZZ Top and the Elmore James version is. It's in D. So we go back and forth with our two strings, right? D and G. But we also have this middle string that's a D. Okay, we've got that middle string, and we can come up to that third fret there. And right? Now you're not going to be able to bar this and get a rock and roll rhythm out of it, so you're just going to have to play it with a slide, right? So in D, in 1-4-5, D is the 1 chord. The 4 chord is the G. That's with the 2 dots, or open. And the 5 chord is the A, which is these 2 dots, or here. But what I want to do is come all the way up to D here. Remember I told you we're gonna fool around with D way up top, and it sounds like so. So I'm coming all the way up to this D. You can see it there, right at the bottom of the screen. Now, we know that the D string at the 12th fret there is a D, and there's 3 frets up, just like it would be down here. 3 frets up, open D. So, here we are. Now we're on G, D, A, G, okay? And that's how the best way to play it, if you want to play it to the record, you know. Something else with D sharp, you know, if you're listening to that original remastered Robert Johnson, that 1936, you can come up to that D sharp. Okay, just remember it's D sharp, and it's somewhere right below D sharp, you know, and you're gonna have to listen and listen. The best thing a musician can do is actually just listen, just really dig in deep and listen, and fool around with your fretless, right? Because you have a lot of things you can do here. You can get into these notes a little bit and play around with them, you know. That's what I really like about fretless, and it makes it easy and playing around. I also like to run up to the notes I'm going to hit as opposed to just hit them. I like to run up, and you'll hear me coming up to G. I do the, so I run up to it. And that's kind of what I like to do, is run up to it so I can use my ear down here to figure all that stuff out. So thank you so much. This is a fretless lesson. It's going to be in my fretless playlist. I have a playlist for fretless instruments, so look at that. Also, this translates really well also to the shovel guitar, the 3-string shovel lessons, so that really translates well. Like I said, I've got a new mothership. There's the door to the mothership. Yeah, it's awesome. I want to thank everybody that's given me donations here. I really appreciate it. This is what I've gotten through your kind and generous donations. I really appreciate it. $1 a show is all we ask. And I'm going to be working with new cameras. I'm going to be working with all kinds of things just to kind of elevate the game and make this a little easier to navigate. I'm going to try some different systems. So anyway, $1 a show is what we ask. There is a link down below, a PayPal link. It's a PayPal for paypal.com/Uncle Mark Tips. I thank you so much for everything you've done for me. You've really made everything exciting and new and fun, and I'm having a great time with these 3-string instruments. Really, it's boom, it's so fun. So thank you so much, and we'll see you later.